Columbus. Now let's do that so they can hear it at the State House. Happy Pride, Columbus. I don't know about you, but some prides you just need them more than others, and this year is important to come together as a community and make sure that our voices are heard. Let's give it up for the drummers who welcomed us this evening. I think that we will do this later as well, acknowledge the elected officials, but I do want to acknowledge our city attorney, Zach Klein. The second half of the other half of the gay duo in City Hall, our auditor, Megan Kilgore. I heard Judge Brown is here. Is Judge Brown here? Did I hear it? Let's give it up for the judge. Mary Ellen O'Shaughnessy. I would shout out former council members like MJ Hudson, but we will be celebrating her very soon. And then would you please help me celebrate my colleagues on council? Would you all stand up, please? Melissa Green, Nancy Day Alkire, Lord Esperosa de Padilla, Nick Bankston, Emmanuel Remy, Chris Weich, and Councilmember Otto Beatty. Now please welcome the Columbus Gay Men's Chorus, an iconic voice of pride and celebration in Central Ohio for over 3 decades. Their music has uplifted and unified our community, and we're honored to have them here opening up tonight's celebration. Welcome. The Columbus Gay Men's Chorus, thank you so much for always getting us started. Let's give it up for them one more time. We're really excited to be here for the Pride Illumination because we are literally highlighting and showing to the entire city and this year to the entire state who we are as a community. But it's also special because we get to highlight some of our greatest leaders in our community who have been fighting and advocating for so many years. Would you help me recognize MJ Hudson and Mr. Tom Grody, this year's Illuminator Award winner? So this is not the kickoff to our Pride Month celebrations. Actually, yesterday's brunch was, and if anybody was there, I am definitely still in Joe Spears' suit. Yes, we all saw it and loved it, and I am definitely stealing from that. But let me thank Denzel Portis. Where's Denzel at? And Stonewall. Where's Denzel? Right here. Thank you so much for all you do. Stonewall kicked off Pride Month with its brunch yesterday, and this year's theme, United in Power, could not be more fitting. It reminds us that our strength lies in our unity, our visibility, and our collective voice, especially in times where our rights as LGBTQ plus people are challenged and our identities are being politicized. Tonight, we also honor the legacy of service, not just in words, but through action. That's the spirits of the Steve Schellerberger Illuminator Award, a tribute to those who light the path forward, just as Steve has done through his many years of service. It's now my honor to welcome someone who plays a pivotal role in advancing equity on behalf of Mayor Ginther and the City of Columbus. Please join me in welcoming our friend, Chris Kozat, Mayor Ginther's LGBTQ plus liaison, who is here tonight representing Mayor Ginther. Welcome.
Welcome to City Hall and happy Pride. On behalf of Mayor Ginther, it is wonderful to see you all here as we light City Hall in rainbow colors yet again and help to kick off Pride Month 2025. Pride is a celebration, but it is so much more. It is a protest, it is a remembrance, and it is important that we take time to remember, particularly in this time, the hate that we face. We remember the Stonewall riots that started this whole gig. We remember the Pulse nightclub massacre 9 years ago. We remember the millions we have lost to AIDS over the years. We remember the upstairs lounge arson fire in New Orleans. We remember the assassination of Harvey Milk. We remember the murder of Matthew Shepard. We remember the murder of Rebecca White on the Appalachian Trail. And we remember the murder of over 350 trans folk every year. The annual presentation of the Steve Schellerberger Award honors our trailblazers, our people, our leaders, the people who have led and advocated for the LGBT community in Columbus at times when it wasn't always easy to do. These leaders have boldly held elected officials, community, business, and city leaders to the highest standards of inclusion. They have fought the good fight in the streets, in City Hall, in our workplaces, and they have raised the bar for what a life of service can be. Their courage has created change. And I am also reminded of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, and Two-Spirit people who are still under attack. And with a renewed and emboldened fever that is alarming to us all, but terrifying and life-threatening to the most marginalized of our community, our youth, trans people, BIPOC queer folk, seniors, and people living with disabilities. Real progress requires hard work and the fire in our bellies. Rather than uplifting and unifying, our enemies seek to marginalize and attack us. They are bullies. They threaten our safety, attempt to steal our dignity. They are hateful, and they are cruel. We will not be silenced or intimidated. We have fought too long and worked too hard. Columbus has taken a long stand against bigotry and hate. We cannot relent. We stand here in celebration, but also in bold defiance. Our diversity is our strength. Our strength is our standard. Our standard is equality, equity, and safety for every person, no matter who they are, where they are from, what they look like, or who they love. Never forget how we got here and what we must do to not go backwards, ever. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our city auditor and an out lesbian elected official, Megan Kilgore. Hey, usually I gotta follow you.
You're the best. I appreciate you. You have the notes, my dear?
I do.
Woo! Happy Pride, Columbus. Happy Pride. Oh, Carla, the matriarch of Pride. It's nice to see you. Mr. Schellebarger, Mr. Grody, congratulations, the Grody family. MJ, it feels good to have you back at City Hall. You know, something special. Two best softball players this City Hall has ever seen. Right here, let's be honest, right? But no, I have the distinct pleasure of being able to really introduce this incredible award and to remind everyone why we are here. It is named in honor of the great Steve Schellebarger, who is, of course, with us this evening. And Steve embodies what we care so deeply about, what Chris Kozad just lifted up, a deep spirit of community leadership, consistent advocacy. I have never, ever in my life picked up the phone and called Steve to ask for something, and he has said no. It has been yes, and how quickly do you need it? And that type of support, not every community has, right? Steve, thank you so much for all that you do. And I love that we get to continue your legacy by honoring the trailblazers that have come after you. And tonight, I have a lot of deep respect for both individuals. They've meant so much to me personally. Mary Jo, you've stepped up, you've stepped forward, and you've always said yes to public service, to being very visible, to putting yourself in positions of incredible levels of leadership. And it's not been always the easiest. But because of you, I have never had Megan Kilgore, lesbian, written after my name. And I don't take that for granted. You are just exemplary, and it is an honor. And Tom Grody, Tom, you have built companies, you have built coalitions, you have built incredible organizations. There you are, Tom. I'm looking all over for you. Your family's legacy has only paved the way for your incredible national success. And you have been tireless in your pursuit of excellence, but you have also led with yourself as a highly visible university board trustee member, nonprofit leader, and we thank you so much for your service. Truly, congratulations tonight. So I think it's worth acknowledging too that, really MJ and Tom, you are so well known, but you have also built so much of the city, and it's a testament to Stonewall, and undoubtedly Denzel will reference that. But we do not take those beacons of pride that you have established in our community for granted. We celebrate them, and really it's a testament to us turning on the lights here at City Hall, where every single person who walks by, who drives by, who rides a bike, or takes her stroller by, will see that this city is open. There is a place for everyone, and for every young person who maybe has an inclination of one day running for office, this will prove to them that there is absolutely a space here, and thank you for that. Thank you. So now I have the pleasure of introducing the busiest man in the month of June, and that is our incredible CEO, Executive Director of Stonewall Columbus, Denzel Porteous. Denzel.
I am never as whimsical as Megan, so I promise you I will not be taking jokes. There will be no humor. I am often, my daughter told me the other day, she said, "Daddy, you don't talk a lot and you don't smile a lot, but I love you anyway." So that is who I am. I don't know if other people will agree with that. My husband may. But I am privileged and thankful to be here with all of you. I have ADHD brain. My mind goes everywhere, so I do write my remarks down. And so I start to say, pride is an integral part of our shared story, a history often overlooked, but undeniably foundational to the story of America itself. It is our duty to share these stories, to lift the voices of those whose lives and courage shaped not only LGBTQ history, but the fabric of our nation. We stand on the shoulders of brave visionaries, tireless activists, steadfast allies, bold accomplices, and everyday people whose actions made them heroes, whose very existence was an act of resistance. Reflecting on our history, the Stonewall Uprisings of 1969 demonstrated that genuine change arises not from complacency, but courageous defiance. Pioneers like Bayard Rustin, Marsha P. Johnson, Stormy DeLivray, Harvey Milk, and countless others dreamed of acceptance and visibility. They recognize that meaningful change happens when there's collective action, when we march together. They dreamed and never stopped dreaming, inspiring a legacy that guides us today. Queer history is a testament to resilience, a vivid tapestry woven from the dreams and determination of those who refused to be silenced, who refused to stop dreaming, choosing instead to boldly declare their truth, to fight for their dreams. This strength is the face of adversity, is our inheritance. Their unfinished dreams, our shared responsibility. Their courage, our kindling. This year, Stonewall Columbus invites everyone to celebrate under the theme of United in Power, because we affirm the strength of our unity amidst rising tides of hostility under a tyrannical presidential administration across this nation. Our rights are continuing to be debated, threatened and stripped away, our existence seemingly erased. Now, more than ever, to stand united is not simply a choice, but a necessity. It is our collective strength that will fortifies our movement, making it resilient, dynamic, and unbreakable. We must acknowledge and thank the City of Columbus and its leaders, past and present, whose long history of support has made profound difference for our community. Through their proactive policies, advocacy, and support of organizations like Stonewall Columbus, they have shown an unwavering commitment to inclusivity and equality. Even with the progress we celebrate today, we must recognize our journey remains far from complete. Our work towards justice and equity demands an intentional inclusivity that leaves no one behind. The LGBT community represents a rich diversity of intersectional identities across race, gender, identity, and expression, sexuality, ability, age, religion, and class. It is our intersectionality that makes our community, this world, beautiful, vibrant, and powerful. Our pride was once labeled as radical and disruptive. Perhaps it was, and perhaps it always will be. But true pride demands that we disrupt norms, that we seek to marginalize and silence. Pride must continue to evolve, grow, and expand until every LGBTQ person can thrive and live authentically, safely, and openly. 45 plus years since Columbus's first Pride March, we reflect with pride on how far we've come. Yet we remain acutely aware of how far we have left to go. Today, I ask that we take a moment to honor the brave individuals who in the early days of the marched from The Ohio State University to the State House, courageously stepping out and fiercely and into visibility. Their footsteps echo through time, reminding us that the fight for justice is ongoing and the march for full equality continues. As we illuminate as we illuminate City Hall with the colors of pride, our community must reaffirm our collective strength. To be united in power means embracing the legacy of our past, engaging actively the struggles of our present, and fiercely advocating for a future where every person is not just seen, but celebrated. Let us remain resolute, determined, and unyielding. Let our unity be the force that drives us forward, demanding equity, dignity, and liberation for every member of our community. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing us. Happy Pride, Columbus.
It is now our honor to introduce the man whose name is on the award. Would you please help me recognize our leader, our original trailblazer, Mr. Steve Schellenberger.
There really were a lot of people before me, a lot, and we owe them a great debt. How many people were at the brunch yesterday? It was really fun, wasn't it? It was a really, really good event, and I wanted to keep the spirit going. The only trouble is I've never figured out how to work the damn thing. I wonder if Joe would give me lessons. If you weren't at the brunch, you wouldn't understand. I think the importance of our stories is to follow up very important. And we think about things when Pride arrives and when Pride season arrives, and you're going to have to talk a little bit. And so somehow it just popped into my mind that I remember it must have been about 1955, 57 maybe, and little Stevie in junior high had always known he was gay. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I mean, I've known forever. But there wasn't anybody to talk to, and there wasn't any place to go, and there wasn't any newspaper articles. There were no elected officials, of course. We were all deeply closeted. So I went to the library, Oakwood Junior High Library, and the only place that I could think to go was to the encyclopedia. Well, if you've never read the definition of homosexuality in the 50s in the encyclopedia, it wasn't something that you broadcast, because it immediately told you that you were a very sick person. And so kids have grown up with that. And so I think about today, how far we've come, and how important this is, and the lighting. And I wonder if my life would have been different had I had the City Hall in Dayton, Ohio, lit up in rainbow colors. And I want to express to City Council and to Columbus and to our government and to our President of City Council how important this is and how much it means to so many people, how many kids can see this and know that they are not alone, because that was what we all thought. So thank you for doing this. And I would ask everybody else, I don't know, what year is this? 8, 9 that we've done this? And there have been numerous times that when it's all over and everybody leaves and the press is gone and the cameras are gone and the lights are gone, that I've stuck around. And I've wandered back over here onto this patio, and I've sat on that bench or that ledge out there, and I look at this building, and I look at the lights, and I realize what it means to so many of us and how important it is. And I would ask all of you to consider doing the same thing. Maybe not tonight, but in the next weeks while these lights are on, come back when it's quiet and just sit and contemplate how much this means. Again, thank you all very much for doing this. We have great honorees tonight. And so I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to let them do their thing.
Tried to change me, said I'm embarrassing my country. How could I do this to my family? Do I want to grow up being lonely? He said, we have worked for our money, we put you in school. Is this how you repay us? Do you think this is cool, my son? My son, stop kissing boys in the street. My son, stop kissing boys in the street. but we're smiling. Because for once we are not fighting. He'd say, there was no way of knowing, 'cause all I was taught was men only love women. But now I'm not sure, my son, keep kissing boys in the street. My son, keep kissing boys in the street. When I'm gone, keep kissing boys in the street.
I was thinking, as Mr. Schellenberger was speaking about the importance of the significance of lighting the building and what it may mean to young people or just any of us as we walk by and see. And I think also, I think that's the same with what we are doing with honoring folks with the Steve Schellenberger Award. It's by showing and saying thank you, first of all, to folks who have sacrificed. I have a strong belief that for there to be true service, there has to be some sacrifice, some pain, some late nights, some missed dinners, some ridicule. And it's important for a community to say thank you and to recognize and to show those young people whose lives have been improved, who did this? Who did this? And so it is really an honor now that we get to bestow the Steve Schellenberger Award. I asked my friend Megan to come up, and if you don't mind, you can read the introduction for Mary Jo Hudson's
Be happy to.
presentation.
Mary Jo Hudson was the first openly lesbian person to serve on Columbus City Council. Woo! And her swearing in was not just a political moment, it was a community celebration. That chamber was packed with joy and pride, and her service did not stop there. She went on to lead the Ohio Department of Insurance under Governor Strickland and later served on the Columbus Board of Education. Nationally, she served on the Human Rights Campaign Board of Governors, and right here at home, she helped lead Stonewall Columbus's capital campaign to expand and reimagine our community space. And I want to acknowledge, as you so perfectly put, the sacrifice is that both of the honorees tonight have incredible partners who have been a part of this journey as well. And so, Mary Jo Hudson, will you join us up here, please? Woo! Let's get out here. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, get out here. Nope, you gotta go out front here. Yep, we can't hide.
Oh boy, wow! Thank you, thank you. First, thank you. It struck me as I'm sitting here. We're facing east, so the sun's not in our eyes as we're waiting, but also because it says service right above us, and I think that is very meaningful and is certainly not lost on me. And I want to thank the primary lady, the First Lady, Lynn Wallach, who went through all of this with me, as well as my family, my sister and brother-in-law, and my niece and nephew are here. My niece, for those of you who were at my swearing in, my niece was the baby who was there. So we got her out of college, so that's good. So, at any rate, but thank you to my family, who's here, and all of you. You all mean so much to me. I will say, I worked for close to 15 years on boards and defense groups and worked on fighting. There were a group of lawyers, we called ourselves kind of the Bucket Brigade, to fight behind the scenes against then it was gay and lesbian legislation. It was so long before everything. I served prior to Chris as the Mayor Coleman's liaison as a volunteer, and really worked on a lot of things because of service. It was just for service. Those next 15 years, I served in various public offices, and boy, could I tell you some stories there. But in 2004, it was 21 years ago that I walked into City Hall, and that swearing in took place. And then I had to start campaigning right away, because the election, I had to be elected in 2025. And campaigning with the great Mary Ellen O'Shaughnessy, who was, we were shoulder to shoulder during that campaign. Very good. And, but I was focused on winning for everyone, because if I lost, everyone lost. And that's how I viewed it. And so I went to every neighborhood event. I went to every community meeting. Anybody that would have me, I showed up. I showed up so they would meet me as a human being. And, you know, most of them were shocked I wasn't wrapped in a rainbow flag. And you know, and I wanted to know what was going on in their neighborhood and what they needed. And I think, you know, that connection was very, very important. But we knocked on doors and worked our tails off to get elected, to get me elected. But I had, some of you know, I love music, and I had this mixtape. It was a CD then in my car. I had this mixtape in my car, played it all the time. It's called, I wrote on it with a magic marker, Campaign. And it had some songs on it. It would have had Defying Gravity on it, chorus. It was fantastic if it had been out then. But it had a few songs that were Campaign. Money Changes Everything, Cyndi Lauper. It's My Life, Bon Jovi. And, but I also had a couple of Melissa Etheridge songs, because you have to. And one was Giant. I won't sing it all. But the other was I Run for Life. And it's really not about a campaign, but in a different way, I repurposed it. I run for hope. I run to feel. I run for all that is real. I run for your mother, your sister, your daughter, your wife. I run for you and me. I run for life. And so I say to all of you, beloved community, I ran for you and our future generations. We had to open these doors and keep these doors open. I thank you for all your support, your work, and your passion to keep the doors open and to keep folks like Shannon and Megan and those who are going to follow you guys here and hopefully in higher offices too. The times are bleak right now, but please don't give up hope. I'm trying to hang on to it, I'll tell you. We're run for our lives towards hope. Educate our allies and think about education today, and educate potential allies. Well, let's not just tell them how they should feel and what they should say, but help them learn how to feel and how to understand who we are and what we're about. And do everything you can with love and grace. Peace and love to everyone. Congratulations to Tom, who's been my colleague and partner and collaborator and schemer for a long time. And President Hardin, everyone, council, thank you so much. I appreciate the recognition.
Mary Jo Hudson, the first so that she wouldn't be the last. We stand on your shoulders. Thank you so much. Next, we have our friend Tom Grody. Tom Grody grew up just behind the original Donato's on the south side. His roots firmly planted in our city. After 20 years with the family business, Tom helped lead the growth of local startups and continued investing in the community. He and his husband, Rick Neal, were married in 2007 and are the proud dads of Amaret and Sophia. Would you stand up and be celebrated? After the Obergefell ruling, their family finally received full legal recognition. Tom opened Out on Main, one of the first LGBTQ plus themed restaurants in our city, a space of joy, of identity, and celebration. He also served as the first openly LGBTQ plus trustee at Miami University and played a pivotal role alongside MJ in Stonewall's Capitol campaign. Tom has always led with his heart, and usually he likes to be behind the scenes. He likes to serve. He too is one of the people, when you need something, you call, he asks, well, how soon do you need it? And he just gets it done. He does not like this type of recognition, and that's why I am so excited, so excited to honor my friend, our Steve Schellenberger Award a recipient, Tom Grody.
I see everything through rainbow-colored glasses. There you go, but I'm going to take them off. There's so much rainbow here, I don't need this.
Use the mic.
Oh, sorry. I need a mic. Okay, did you all hear that? I want my family to come up, and they have to be here with me. So Amaret and Sophia and Rick, could you come up here, please? So this is why, okay? This is why. This is why everything I did, every choice I made was so that I could someday be married to Mr. Rick Neal and have these two beautiful daughters that I cherish every single day, okay? This is why. This is why. And so I want to share just a couple quick things because I'm the last speaker, so I need to be quick. I went back and I looked at this illumination for 2017. There were two amazing women that were recognized. They're no longer with us, and I want to recognize them tonight. And I want to send them a lot of love. I want us all to just send out a lot of love right now. And at the count of three, it's for Gloria and Linda, and you all know they only need a first name, right? These ladies, two things I want to share what I heard. I listened to their speeches, and Gloria said she had the justice gene, and where you see injustice, make it right, okay? And Linda said, small steps, small steps. What does that mean? Just take the next step. A small step, because then you'll look back and you'll have gone a long way. So I was like, damn, that's some good. Anyway, so let's give a big shout. I want to hear at the count of three, love wins for Gloria and Linda. 1, 2, 3. Love wins! Damn right it does. And so what I thought, oh my God, I have to have kind of like one thing to share that people will try to remember. So I thought long and hard. And I pulled out a book. Many of you might know Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This is the quote. It says, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. Right? So in that space, we have the power to choose. We have the power to choose love. And each and and every one of you have made thousands of those choices. And that's why my family gets to stand here today and get to receive this amazing award, right? So thousands of times. So just to finish up, I am now the president, this little gay kid from the south end of Columbus. I grew up, I was just this wimpy, I really was a wimpy little gay kid who was scared of his own shadow. I was afraid of everything. And today I'm the first openly gay president of the Southeast Lions Club, okay? And so I want to hear, we have this little thing that we do, the Lions do, and so I want to hear from my Lions out there, because a lot of them came tonight. Oop, can you hear me? A lot of them came tonight. What do all good Lions do? Roar. We roar. So what roaring is making a choice. Roaring is making a choice in that moment between stimulus and response to do something, right? To choose love, okay? And all of you, how many of you have ever been to Out on Main restaurant? Raise your hand. Mary Ellen O'Shaughnessy, no iFood. How many of you have marched or given a check to or volunteered for Stonewall Columbus? Raise your hand. How many of you have listened to or sang in the Gay Men's Chorus? How many of you have helped Equality Ohio from the basement of that church where we said what we deserve in Ohio, where everyone feels at home? How many of you have done that or written a check or testified at the State House on behalf of Equality Ohio? Raise your hand. How many of you have supported Kaleidoscope and supported those kids? How many of you have done that? Raise your hand. How many of you have been to an Art for Life and written huge checks? No, going to Art for Life. And help that organization grow and thrive. Raise your hands, right? So everyone here, every single person has made thousands of choices to do something. And I would ask that we continue to do that. And to close out, if Shannon Hardin could come up here. This is something that my dad came up with, and it means a lot to our family. And my dad has told us, he's the first person I came out to, and he had so much power in his hands when I came out because I was a scared little gay kid. And he just said, I love you. Okay? He just said, I love you. And he had so much power. And my dad understands the power of love. And we have this little coin. It's called the Agape coin. And this is like we carry around. And this is what we try to do. We sometimes fail, we screw up, and we get mad, and we do stupid. But sometimes we do this, and we try hard. And that is to lead with love in that moment, to use the golden rule to treat others as we'd like to be treated, and to do the right thing. And Mr. Shannon Hardin, City Council President, openly gay Shannon Hardin, wrote a very powerful editorial today in the Dispatch. How many of you read that? And what does Shannon say? He said, love our trans community. Yes. Love our trans community. Because our trans community, they need us more than ever. And so in the city of Columbus, we have an openly gay city council president. How lucky are we, who is telling all of Columbus to love our trans community, and we're all going to do it. And Shannon, I just want to give you this coin on behalf of us. So thank you very much on behalf of my family. Thank you.
Mr. Tom Godey, this is not how it's supposed to work. You're not supposed to get up. Let's hear one more time from the Gay Men's Chorus, and then we will have the lighting of City Hall.
Where boys and girls can all be queens every single day. She sees her baby girl. I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a big pony girl. When you dance at the club, oh mama, I'm just having fun. On the stage in my heels, it's where I belong. Down at the Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. Don't think I've left you all behind. Still love you and Tennessee, you're always on my mind. And Mama, every Saturday, I can hear your southern drawl 1,000 miles away, saying, God, what have you done? You're a big pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh Mama, I'm just having fun. On the stage in my heels, it's where I belong. Down at the Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing. I'm gonna keep on dancing.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Can I have my all the elected officials, city attorney, city auditor, council members, and the awardees tonight come forward as we count down? Let me say thank you. Let's first say thank you to the Columbus Gay Men's Chorus for always being here with us. I want to thank our facilities team. I know they were out here earlier today checking the lights. I saw that they weren't working. Seriously, I heard about that. They are working. I want to thank the committee that helped put this together. Marshall Troxel from the mayor's office. Is Marshall there? Jose Rodriguez, Linda Capobianco, and our community affairs team. Just thank you all. And CTV, thank you so much for being, and thank you all. Let's have a happy and safe Pride. Who wants to do the countdown? Okay. We're going to start at what, 5 or 10?
10.
Oh, 10. All right.
All right.
All right, let's go. 10. Have a happy and safe Pride, everyone.